Hello, people. Just wanted to give an update on part three of the SkyTube of connecting two tanks together. As you can see here, this is the pipe that I initially created. I got the PVC joints like I said I would, and I fitted them in. I thought I would need to use glue, but actually they fit in so snugly that they're pretty much watertight. Like I just used a rubber hammer to hit it in, and yeah, there's no leak at all. With that being said, something interesting has happened. So, in my excitement, I tried to fill up this water over here, and then what I did was I basically lifted it up and put my hand over both ends and put my hand over this end, the short end over here, and tried to carry it over to this. So my logic, what I was thinking was like, oh hey, there's a lot of water contained inside of this section over here, which should create like a pull, and it should bring water from this end over to this end. That was totally wrong, because the moment I released the short end inside of this tank, water just started gushing out of this tank into here. It almost overflowed. I had to put my hand over it, and the reason the water levels at this over here is because I actually took this bowl and I took a couple bowlfuls of water back in here, but it was draining really fast. I was surprised. So thinking about it now, I guess that makes sense, because this is a 20 gallon, this is a 10 gallon. And I personally thought like, hey, if I put the water down here, anyway, this is a 20 gallon, this is a 10 gallon. And if I put this long end all the way at the bottom, the amount of pressure down here, it's like sea pressure, right? The lower you go into the ocean, the more pressure there is being pushed on you on all sides. So because I put the pipe all the way down here, there's 20 gallons of pressure, let's say, give or take, pushing in on that hole. And over here, since I put it just barely up at the top, there's basically only there's way less than 10 pounds. But let's say even if there was 10 gallons, of pressure, this 20 gallons over here is still going to push water over. So that's kind of a conundrum. The question therein lies, like, can I even connect these two together? So I thought about it, and my idea right now is that maybe if I put the long pipe all the way down here and create roughly like 10 gallons of pressure, and I put the short end over here, and this creates roughly like 5 gallons of pressure, or maybe even less than that, more or less, then maybe at that point it'll create sort of like the vacuum where it's sucking the stuff in. But then that also brings into another question, like do I really want like a straight up suction? I was hoping to hit some sort of like neutrality of in between here, and basically this water pump would be like the thing that changes the pressure from being neutral, so that the two sides would end up equalizing. So the goal right now here is to find like a sweet spot, find like a sweet point where I can put the pipe in here, and the amount of pressure that gets created on this end roughly more or less equals the same amount of pressure that I create on this end. So I think that, if I put it over here, like halfway in, let's say that's like 10 gallons of pressure, 5 gallons of pressure, right? Because if you go halfway into a 10 gallon, you're probably going to create 5 gallons of pressure here. And this is 20 gallons. So let's say about halfway here, like this halfway point is 10 gallons. If I cut that in half as well, then that would be about 5 gallons, right? So maybe if I put the line all the way down here, and then I put the other line over here, it should be about equal. That's the idea. I'm gonna try it out, and I'll let you guys know how it goes.